Friday. This one's going to be a bit shorter since I have to go to work in about 30 minutes, so I can't go too long. Still have to eat breakfast. But today, I'd like to talk a little bit about making mistakes and especially avoidable mistakes and giving into temptations. So, a couple of days ago, I gave in to the temptation of eating chocolate ice cream. Sue me, you know? Chocolate ice cream is good. Who could disagree? Right? But there's milk in there, so it's an animal product. I'm trying to be vegan. Whatever. It's okay. Mistakes happen. We're human. We make mistakes. We give in to temptation sometimes. Nobody's perfect. And, going back to avoidable mistakes, it's what a lot of my friends are telling me about. They're saying, we're giving you advice so that you can avoid making these avoidable mistakes. But like I said, come on. It's okay. Avoidable mistakes, everybody makes them. You know, we call them avoidable mistakes, but really, it's just what makes us people. We make mistakes. We're not perfect. Nobody's perfect. Just last night, I made an avoidable mistake. That word kind of makes me laugh, avoidable, because it's just so, I don't know, I don't have a word for ironic in a way, I suppose. So normally what I do is I either go to bed or I'll eat downstairs, come up, brush my teeth, and go to bed. But sometimes I like to just hang out in my little spot here. Just chill out there, maybe eat a snack. I had some apple pie last night. A little bit of cinnamon on there. Excellent. Excellent snack. But yeah, I was eating that and after I put it down, I fell asleep. And I forgot to brush my teeth. Avoidable mistake. Everyone makes them. But what I really want to get to is judging people for their mistakes. You know, I don't want to name names, but you know who you are. Actually, this probably applies to everyone. Judging people for their flaws, for their imperfections. I don't want to give any specific examples, but certain people can be rough around the edges or get angry sometimes and be a little bit rude or inconsiderate. And then we judge them for that, like, wow, they're such a mean person. It's okay. Why? Why should we judge them? You know, we're each guilty of being judged also. Every one of us makes mistakes. Like I just said, I'm not perfect either. That's why I try my best not to be judgmental, to just let it slide. Be patient with certain people. I'm sure we can all complain about our boss, how he mistreats us and abuses us, and it's fine. Our boss is stressed. Oh, my boss? Fuck. This guy is his restaurant. I'm sure he's going through a bit of a struggle right now. No wonder he's acting the way he acts. Your boss, same thing. Managing you, managing probably, I don't know, managers are usually responsible for like teams of 10, maybe more. Maybe your manager is responsible for more. Imagine all that stress. Imagine all of that stress. Try and see things from their perspective. What you might consider avoidable might not be so avoidable for them. Now, of course, don't let yourself get abused. Stand up for yourself. But don't be guilty of the same crimes you accuse others of. Right? If they mistreat you, don't mistreat them. Don't talk behind their back. At least try not to. Everyone's going to do it. Like I said, we all make mistakes. But don't be the problem. Be the change you want to see in the world. Be better. God, it's what I try and do. But every once in a while I make a little avoidable mistake and I give in to temptation. I'll shit talk someone behind their back. Or I'll get angry at someone. My parents. Man, I've gotten angry at my parents a lot. I shouldn't, but I do. It happens way more often than I'd like to. But, like I said, imperfect beings. We're just all imperfect beings. We make those mistakes. Now, let's not drag this on too long because I don't want to be late. That would be another avoidable mistake, wouldn't it? So what I like to do when I get that temptation to judge others for their mistakes, I try and take a step back, try and take a breather. I try and realize all that they do right. And usually that overshadows the wrong. Usually. Most of the time. Pretty much all the time. Right, I used the example of my boss. Yeah, sometimes he could just be a bit rough, a bit inconsiderate, a bit to the point. But he still hires all of us, still pays us, gives us free food. I work in a restaurant, by the way. And if you give him some patience, and you don't just outright judge him, he's a pretty nice guy. Guess what? This kind of method kind of applies to everyone, I find. It's not too hard. It's not too hard once you try and you reflect. You realize, a lot of what I blame others for, I kind of do myself also. That also helps. Put yourself in their shoes. It's not hard.